2 years after the assassination of Julius Caesar, the Roman world teetered on the edge of oblivion. The Republic, once proud, once powerful, was dying. In the rugged plains near the ancient city of Philippi, two mighty forces gather. On one side, the Liberators, Brutus and Cassius, the very men who struck Caesar down in the name of freedom. They say they are saving Rome from tyranny, but not all Romans agree. Facing them are the Avengers, Mark Antony, Caesar's most loyal general, and the young Octavian, Caesar's heir. To them, the murder was treason, and justice must be paid in blood. The Battle of Philippi is more than a fight for power. It's the final breath of a dying republic, and the first heartbeat of an empire. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BCE shattered Rome's fragile stability. The Senate, believing they had restored the Republic, had no idea the storm they'd unleashed. Brutus and Cassius, once close to Caesar, claimed to be liberators, but their noble cause quickly spiraled into civil war as they sought to secure their power in the eastern provinces. Brutus signing letters, Cassius negotiating with eastern allies. Meanwhile, in Rome, Caesar's supporters weren't backing down. The second triumvirate was formed: Mark Antony, the seasoned general, and the young Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir. While Antony and Octavian meeting in secret, then with the growing armies on the move. Antony and Octavian's alliance was not just about revenge. It was about consolidating power, and they were determined to defeat the Liberators. They pursued them across the Roman world, heading for the east, and armies marching toward Philippi. The road to Philippi was paved with betrayal, ambition, and blood. The fate of the Republic, of Rome itself, would soon be decided in one fateful battle. The morning fog lifts over the battlefield of Philippi. Two massive armies face off. October 3rd, 42 BCE. The first clash of the Battle of Philippi is about to begin. On one side, Brutus leads his forces against Octavian. On the other, Cassius faces Mark Antony in the second confrontation of the day. Brutus leading his legions, his expression intense. Octavian, younger and less experienced, surveys his troops from a high vantage point. Brutus, the more experienced general, pushes hard on Octavian's left flank. His battle strategy is simple: take advantage of the young leader's inexperience. Brutus's forces pushing forward, overwhelming Octavian's left flank for a moment. Brutus seems to be on the verge of victory. His troops are pressing hard. The battle turns in his favor, and Octavian's forces begin to falter. Cassius, looking at his front lines, while Antony's forces close in. But across the battlefield, things are shifting. Mark Antony, a seasoned veteran, outmaneuvers Cassius. The battle quickly turns in Antony's favor as Cassius's forces start to break. Cassius's camp breaking into chaos, and Cassius retreating to a high ground. Cassius, misjudging the tide of battle, believes his side has lost. In despair, he orders his own death, unaware that Brutus has gained the upper hand on Octavian. Cassius's final moments, his death unfolding in a tense, but the victory would not be complete. As Brutus rallies his troops, the day ends in uncertainty. While one side celebrates, the true outcome of the battle is yet to be determined. A tense sunrise over the battlefield of Philippi. Soldiers prepare, sharpening weapons and forming ranks. The ground is littered with debris from the first clash. October 23rd, 42 BC. The second and final confrontation of the Battle of Philippi begins. Brutus stands resolute, determined to avenge Cassius and hold his ground against the triumvirs. Brutus and his generals huddling around a map, strategizing. The stakes are higher now. Brutus knows the future of the Republic depends on this battle. His forces are stretched thin, but his resolve is unshaken. Brutus gives orders, On the other side, Octavian and Antony have regrouped. They know this is the final chance to crush the Liberators and solidify their hold on power. Both armies lining up, swords drawn, as the tension builds. The battle erupts in a maelstrom of iron and blood. This time, Brutus faces the full might of Antony's veterans, battle-hardened soldiers who have fought under Caesar himself. Brutus's army puts up a fierce resistance, but the weight of numbers and experience begins to tell. Slowly, the lines begin to crumble under Antony's relentless assault. Brutus, realizing defeat is inevitable, orders a retreat. But his army is in disarray. Surrounded and hopeless, he takes a final, tragic step. During Brutus's final moments, falling on his sword in despair. Brutus, the symbol of the Republic's last stand, ends his life, his dream of liberty shattered on the battlefield. A quiet moment of the battlefield, with Antony and Octavian standing victorious, their faces shadowed with the weight of what's to come. With Brutus's death, the hope for a republican Rome fades. The empire, with all its ambition and corruption, would soon rise from its ashes. The battlefield is eerily quiet after the chaos. Soldiers pick through the wreckage, and the corpses of Brutus's and Cassius's men are scattered. The dust settles over Philippi, but the repercussions are far from over. With Brutus and Cassius dead, the Republic's last hope has crumbled. Antony and Octavian overseeing the execution of prisoners and traitors, the somber aftermath of victory. The victors are ruthless. Thousands of senators and noble families who supported the Liberators are put to the sword. For Antony and Octavian, this is no mere victory, it's a message. Then Octavian and Antony dividing the spoils of war, and a map marking the division of territories. The spoils of war are divided. Antony takes the east, while Octavian controls the west. They are now masters of Rome, but their alliance is fragile. But the true legacy of Philippi is not just a military victory. It's the beginning of the end for the Roman Republic. Octavian's power grows, and soon he will cast aside his allies to become Augustus, Rome's first emperor. Augustus, now a figure of unquestionable power, contrasting with images of the Republic's former ideals. Philippi sealed the fate of the Republic. With its destruction, Rome would never again be a republic in the truest sense. Instead, it would become an empire, one built on the back of civil war and the ashes of liberty. The Battle of Philippi may have ended the fight for liberty, but it gave birth to an empire that would rule the known world for centuries to come. As the sun sets over Philippi, the echoes of battle fade into the distance. The ground, soaked with the blood of thousands, bears the marks of Rome's final struggle for its soul. What was once a thriving republic, the heartbeat of civilization, now lies broken. The dreams of liberty, of self-governance, are buried beneath the weight of empire. In the ashes of this war, one empire rises, glorious, yet heavy with the cost of ambition. The Republic is gone, and in its place, the empire will reign for centuries to come. Philippi marked the end of an era, but in the hearts of the Roman people, the idea of the Republic would never fully die. It would only linger in the shadow of an empire built on its ruins. The battle for Rome's future was fought here, at Philippi. And in the silence of its aftermath, we are left to wonder, what price is too high for power? If you enjoyed this dive into Roman history, like and subscribe for more epic stories from the ancient world. What topic should we cover next? Let us know in the comments.